I don't know whether to call this country an East African country or a Central African country. There is a father-son scheme, which is afoot. This father-son scheme, it may create a lot of tension and turmoil in that East/Central African country. I don't know whether to call the country an East African country or a Central African country, because the country is in both places. There is a father-son scheme, which is afoot. A father-son what? Scheme, which is afoot. And some of the senior leaders, including those who dwell in fortresses, they are aware of that father-son scheme, which is afoot. But I will state what I saw in a vision. I saw in a vision people seated around a bonfire, this big fire. They were warming themselves around. It was many of them. Most of these people, more than half of these people who were seated around the fire, they were in military fatigue, in camouflage. And then there were a few people who were wearing suits, and some were wearing just civilian clothing like myself. All of a sudden, an argument erupted among these people. After a certain person had left, there was a certain person who left. He left that grouping of people who were warming themselves. He just stood up, and two of his trusted guards, they stood up with him from the fire, and they went with him in the western direction. They went in the what? In the western direction, to the place where the sun sets. This is what I saw in the vision. And when this person had disappeared with the two of his trusted lieutenants, an argument erupted among the people who were in the bonfire. I saw some carrying, burning sticks, burning pieces of firewood, hurling them at each other. I'm asking within the dream, and then someone is telling me, this is an argument which is erupting because of the father-son scheme. Tell your brothers and sisters to pray for this nation. So we must pray for this East African/Central African country to work out their succession properly. I will put it that way. Properly and by consensus. The Spirit of God is saying succession in that country should not be imposed from above. If it is imposed from above, that country that I'm talking about, it will become very unstable in the near future. It will become very, very unstable in the near future. Because those who dwell in the fortresses, they are not agreed with the father-son scheme. There are some who are agreed with the father-son scheme, and then there are some who are not agreed with the father-son scheme. The father-son scheme is not yet public, but that's what I saw in the inner chambers being discussed by this person that I saw living with two of his trusted lieutenants. So we must pray.